Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Story Time with Miss Debbie. Today I chose the story Snowman Magic. I chose this story because yesterday we were off from school due to all of the snow. While I'm reading the story, we learned about characters. So let's put our magic ears on and listen for the characters that are in this story. Snowman Magic. It has been snowing all day. Snowing, snowing, snowing. George was bored. There was no school, so he needed something to do. He kept looking out the window. Would it ever stop? Here's George. He's looking out the window at all the snow that was falling down. The next morning, the sun was shining. When George looked out the window, everything was brilliant white. The snow was so bright, it was almost hard to look at. If he squinted, he could see it was very deep. It had drifted high against the slope in his backyard. So squinting means when you put your eyes small so you can see things a little bit differently. And drifted means all the snow piled up on one side. George put on his warm socks, his snow pants, and his flannel shirt. Then he put on his snow jacket, his boots, his mittens, and his hat. He was ready. We have to make sure we are all bundled up, like George, to go out and play in the snow because the snow is very cold. Outside, the air smelled clean and cold. George plunged into the snow. It was fluffy, but crunchy too. He made a snowball and threw it against the tree. It was very quiet. It was a little crunchy because maybe some ice pellets fell. And the air smelled cold because when it snows, it's usually cold. And plunged means he threw himself in the snow. George took some snow and he packed it into a small ball. He started rolling the ball in the snow. The ball got bigger and bigger. When the ball got too heavy to roll, he stopped rolling it near the bottom of the slope. He started rolling a medium-sized ball. He put it on top of the big ball and finally made a snowball at the top. What can George be making? He made a big ball, then a medium ball, and he was rolling it, and he had a small ball he was going to put on top. I wonder what he's making. George went inside the house and found a scarf in the closet and a carrot in the refrigerator. In the old days, his mom told him people used to make pieces of coal and use them to make eyes. But there wasn't any coal in George's house. So he found 2 buttons and brought them outside with the scarf and the carrot. I wonder what he is going to make. And this is what he is going to put those things on. Let's see what he is making. He carefully pushed the buttons into a small bowl near the top. He stuck the carrot in the center. He found 2 small twigs and used them to make a mouth. He wrapped the scarf between the top ball and the middle ball. And he found 2 branches to stick in the sides of the middle ball. It was a perfect snowman. He is so super cute, the snowman. George turned his head. He thought he saw the snowman smile at him. Could he? A snowman's real. No, we just build them out of snow. Time for a snack, said George. He went inside the house and got 2 mugs of hot chocolate and some cookies. He put them on the snow table. Would you like something to eat? George asked. I can't drink hot chocolate, the snowman said, but a cookie would be nice. The snowman was talking. Let's think. If the snowman drinks hot chocolate, what will happen to him? It was magic. After their snack, George made a cave, tunneling deep into the slope. He piled up snowballs at the entrance. Then he threw a couple at the snowman. The snowman made some snowballs and threw them back at George. His long branch arms helped him throw the snowballs very far. It was hard to say who won the fight, but it was still fun. So the snowman got some magic and started to play with George with the snowballs. The snowman chased George around the yard, and then George chased the snowman. The snowman couldn't move that fast, so it was easy for George to sneak up on him. So he was playing run around with George, but he couldn't run too fast. I wonder why. Let's look at the picture. I wonder why he couldn't run so fast. I think he's missing something on the bottom that we have and he didn't have. It was starting to get dark. George didn't want to go inside, but his mother was calling him. "Goodbye, Snowman," he said. "I will see you tomorrow." George thought he heard the snowman say good night. So he said goodbye to his snowman that was playing with him. He thought he heard him maybe say good night. The next day, it was warmer. The sun was even brighter, and the snowman was shrinking. George played with him all day, but he could tell that the snowman didn't quite have any energy. Snowman is made out of ice and snow, so when the sun comes out, it melts into water. So the snowman was melting. Then it was Monday. George had to go to school. It was another bright, warm day. When he came out, the snowman was almost gone. The scarf and the carrot and the buttons had slid down. He could hardly recognize his snowman. The cave had collapsed too. The snow table had melted. So George was on his way to school. Here's the school bus. And the snowman had melted. Like we said before, a snowman is made out of snow and ice, which turns to water and melts when it's too hot outside. The next morning, George looked out the window. It was snowing, 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 snowing. He couldn't wait. So when he came from school and he woke up the next morning, it was snowing again. What do you think George is going to do? He was going to build his snowman again. The end. So we all know that snowmen are not real. So in his head, he was pretending that the snowman was real and the snowman was playing with him. I bet some of you built some snowmen yesterday. If you did, upload a picture to Miss Debbie and show her. If not, you can draw a picture of a snowman and you can put it on balloons so Miss Debbie can see it. Don't forget his hat, his carrot nose, his buttons, and his branches for hands. Have a good weekend, everyone. Bye.